the Joburg Ballet satellite schools were created to be a platform for various amounts of children to have access to an art form that normally they wouldn't actually have access to. We saw a really great need for injecting our communities with other activities which are not sports related only. And having said that, though, I'm not taking away from the fact that dance on its own is also a sport. You know, it may not be as a competitive sport like the others, but we really do see it also as a very physical and emotionally demanding activity. So we saw that also the company itself was needing a lot of homegrown dancers, because oftentimes we find ourselves having to have guest artists from overseas or whatever the case is, and it just was not sitting well with the company at large to say, here we are with a beautifully South African company, yet we've got an entire mix of people from other countries, which isn't a bad thing because we can all learn and grow from each other, but it just makes more sense to have the bulk of the company members be proudly and loudly South African, citizens.
I love it when you do the tandis and the exercises. It's been nice, fun, and we've been traveling to go to Joburg Ballet and performing every end of the year.
I love it because it keeps the kids out of trouble, and they have something to do every day after school, and they don't get into any mischief, especially at my daughter's age. She's become a well-mannered child. She listens a lot more. She's got a lot of discipline now, and when you tell her to do something, she gets on with it.
It has really been overwhelming, to say the least. I think even when Joburg Ballet as the company just goes and does any production anywhere, whether we go to visit schools, etc., we often get people asking us, how do I enroll? How do I become a part of this? When are you coming to bring it to my school on a permanent basis? And the saddest thing is that we always have to decline these requests because we don't have enough human resources. We don't have enough qualified ballet teachers that are able to train these young minds. And also because ballet is a very foreign dance style, and it's also taught in a foreign language, that being French. So now how does even myself as a young black Mosotho having to teach young other black children who speak Zulu, Xhosa, English, Setswana, whatever, and train them in this French thing? You've got to be able to bridge that language barrier before anything else, and then be able to train these kids and say, this is what you should be thinking of, how you should be executing it, etc.
I think it's a brilliant idea, and if we have more projects like this in the neighborhood, it would really help grow our kids and make them to be more exposed to bigger and better things.